What's up guys, Shawn here. So today we're going to talk about the Canon Vixia GX10. I'm super excited about this camera. So today's situation, I've got the Instamic Pro on the back of my hat. So we're going to see if I can record audio from the back of my head. It's not pointed at my face, so you know, I might be getting whatever's happening behind me more than I'm getting my voice. So I can definitely see that the camera's picking my audio up, so we'll see what happens. But this is all testing. This is what my channel's about, figuring out how to use my equipment, you know, in a controlled situation. So when I finally have to use it in a professional manner, I already know what I'm doing. I don't have to question my gear. So with that said, this is a low light situation. It's kind of the golden hour. The sun is going down. It's like thunderstorm weather. So looking around, there's dark clouds, and there's also like a bunch of people riding dirt bikes behind me. So I don't know how good the audio quality is. So don't judge me. Don't be too harsh in the comments. But I just wanted to try the low light situation out. So it's kind of dark. The sun's setting back there behind you, and then the only light is kind of these porch lights that are on. But I'm at the clubhouse of my apartment complex. I wanted to find a place that outside that I could make a video, but I also wanted to get away from a possible thunderstorm. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause the video real quick, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so part of doing a video in a public place, you got people walking by all the time. So I paused the video because one of my neighbors walked by, and she just got done working out, so I didn't want to put her in the video. But, so I'm super excited about this camera. So if you guys watched my last video, I showed you some close-ups of the camera and all the buttons and kind of what I thought they did. I'm still learning this camera. I mean, I had just taken it out of the box, so most of that video is me going over things that I know. I have an HD version of this camera that was released. It was announced in 2012, so I think it was released in 2013, so it's about 5 years old. But HD has been out forever, so 5 years ago, the HD camcorder that I have is still just a brilliant piece of machinery. But there's so many similarities between this camera and that other camera. So I know what most of the functionality of this camera is already, which is something I like. I don't have to learn a whole new system, so that's wonderful. The reason I got this camera is I just went to summer camp a couple weeks ago, and my job at the summer camp was to be the videographer. So I was just supposed to capture kids having fun, capture the night services, capture you know, the essence of the camp. So whenever we came back to talk about the camp and show parents what happened, you know, we had a good documentation of it. So what a great way for me to take time off work and spend time with a bunch of teenagers, having a blast, full of joy, full of life. You know, what better thing to record on video? So it was a super fun experience. But I had gone, and I'd mentioned this in a couple other videos, but I just want to repeat why I'm moving back to camcorders. So going to camp, you know, kind of the path that I've gone down on this YouTube channel is finding, you know, the new technology and the new gear and the new innovative camera situations and stuff like that. So I had all these ideas of, you know, I'm taking my drone, I'm taking the DJI Spark, and I'm going to get some aerial shots, which turned out awesome, by the way. DJI Spark performed perfectly. But I also took the DJI Osmo, which I bought secondhand, and then I purchased a brand new DJI Osmo Plus. And so I was going to have two gimbal 4K cameras and I was going to take this amazing video. But those cameras were so fiddly that I couldn't use them. Wi-Fi didn't connect all the time. And like, literally guys, I'm out in the middle of camp. You know, I'm out in the middle of nowhere. So there is not a single Wi-Fi disturbance going on in the air. Like, we're out in the middle of this small country town in Alabama. So the Wi-Fi wouldn't connect. I couldn't see my screen half of the time. There was like all this digital interference on the screen. Now I'm sorry, someone right there. Now I've dealt with digital interference in the past with my drones. Sometimes when your DJI drone, and the reason I'm saying DJI all the time is because it was a DJI Osmo, so it was using the same map. There's been times when I've been, you know, 400 feet away or 1,000 feet away over, and you know, I go behind some trees and all of a sudden there's interference. And I completely understand that. There is an HD video signal going through the air 1,000 feet, and that blows my mind. But when I have a camera and I have the phone right next to it, there shouldn't be any lag, there shouldn't be any disturbance, there should be nothing wrong with that scenario. So the fact that the camera didn't work very well in that scenario drove me crazy. There's huge fans in the Osmos. They're loud. You know, I did firmware updates that kind of made them quieter. But if you think about it, the only thing that made the fans quieter is not making them go as fast as they did. So there's an overheating issue. And the camera didn't turn off, it didn't stop recording. I didn't really lose footage, but what I lost was the ability to connect to my smartphone. So the only screen, the only way that I could look at what I was filming was that screen. So just frustration after frustration using those amazing top-of-the-line gimbal cameras. So at the last minute, right before camp, I'm kind of addicted to Facebook Marketplace. And so I went on to Facebook Marketplace and, you know, I was just like, you know, I had about $400 and I was like, well, maybe I should just get some last minute equipment just to fall back on. So I saw this Canon G10 HD camera released in 2012. You know, not top of the line for today, but the Canon Vixia HD, Canon has had HD video right for a while, especially in their camcorders. So, so I was like, I'll just grab it, and if I need it, I'll have it. My thought was I was just going to put it in the corner of the room or something, hit record, and I might use some footage from it or something. But when it came down to it, workflow was so easy. You know, you turn the camera on, you hit record, and you're done. DJI Osmo, there's 3 positions of the gimbal you have to unlock. Then you turn the camera on. Then you fold out the phone holder. You put your phone in it. Then you open up the DJI app, and you have to make sure that the Wi-Fi is connected. So sometimes the Wi-Fi is not connected, so you got to go back to settings, update, you know, the Wi-Fi that you're connected to. Then go back to the DJI Go app, wait for it to find the camera, click on the camera, and then wait about 5 seconds for the image to start to show up, and then you can hit record. So, and it takes longer than it took me to explain that whole process. With the Canon Vixia G10, I opened, and actually you don't even have to open it up. You can hit power and you can hit record and you're on. Probably 5 seconds at the most to get up and running. And when you've got kids, you know, I was recording teenagers, and they're all they're all moving in different directions. They're all, you know, there's a lot going on. So it's not like a wedding where, you know, there's only one aisle that the couple can walk down, so you know exactly where the couple's going to be. Recording at camp, like, kids were everywhere. So, and if you're interested in watching that footage, there's a lot of copyrighted a lot of copyrighted songs in it. So I can't put it on my YouTube channel, but I put it on my other YouTube channel as unlisted, so that I wouldn't get any copyright claims on my channel. And then I ended up putting it on a website. So I'll put a link in the description down below to the website of those videos, so you can go watch those and just see what the video looked like. There's some low light situations that I don't think any camera would have performed very well in. Just a lot of like blue, you know, blue stage lights and stuff like that are really hard to capture correctly. But the camera could not get the gamma correct on those. And I bet if I tried, I could have gotten those shots a little bit better, but I didn't. But anyway, so all that to say, the camcorder that I used, I probably spent $30 on extra batteries, and by the time I bought those extra batteries, and maybe $12 on a battery charger, like a multiple battery charger, since the camera was 5 years old, it's pretty easy to buy cheap accessories for it. So I'm sitting there and I've got all these batteries. I've got 2 SD cards. That camera records 2 SD cards. It was just awesome. I could record 10 hours worth of footage on those 2 SD cards, and I had enough batteries to probably record for 20 hours. And I decided to record in HD, so 64 gigs is about 5 hours worth of footage. And so I had about 10 hours worth. Pretty sure that math is right. But you guys can check me and call me stupid if it's wrong. I'm sure somebody's going to do that on this channel. But anyway, I had way more footage in just that one little camera that I was carrying around than any other camera. You know, the batteries on the Osmos only lasted a half hour here, half hour there. So I had extra batteries, but for this tiny little Osmo, I had this huge Pelican case full of accessories to get it to even work. So, so when I got back from camp, I was like, what am I doing? I started this channel out using a camcorder. I think the second video I made was on a Sony AX33, and it was a 4K video camera, but it's pretty low-end 4K video camera for Sony. So, I mean, the image is kind of flat and there's not a lot going on. So, I wanted something that was a little bit more quality. And I looked at there's an Sony FDR something that I looked at getting, but then I thought about focus, and Canon Dual Pixel Autofocus is top of the line focus. There's no focus out there, autofocus, that I've seen in this range of cameras that is better than Canon's dual autofocus. And you can say something different, but I won't believe it. I haven't seen it yet. I've seen Sony cameras go out of focus. Panasonic's are even worse than that. And that's the other 4K camera I have. Is I have a Panasonic GH7, and I go out of focus all the time. And so with this camera right in front of us, I'm in auto, and I'm gonna show you how good the autofocus is. So, looking at my screen, I've got sorry, I'm getting ate up by bugs. Welcome to the South. But so I've got this little black square that's kind of following me around. It's the facial recognition. But I want to show you how good this facial recognition is. You ready? Come on. like that square will not leave my face. Okay? And how dual pixel autofocus works is you've got kind of like a 3D camera. You're taking your position from two different directions. So I'm looking at a pixel from this direction, I'm looking at a pixel from this direction, and it's meeting in the middle. So this one's in focus and this one's in focus, and if they're both focused in the middle, then it's super in focus. So as you can see, it's like focusing on my face. Now check this out. There's my hand. I'm gonna put my hand up there. See how it's staying on my face? My fingers are all up in the lens, guys, of my face. And I can even, look at that. It still knows where my eye is. Oh, now it just lost it. So if you completely cover your face, then the focus goes away. But now, let's see. 1,000, 2,000. 2 seconds. I'm already in focus again. What would happen with my Panasonic GH7, there's whole camera tutorials that I couldn't use because whenever I'd throw my hands up, all of a sudden it'd go out of focus and it would take like a minute to find my face again. A minute. And I'm not joking, I'm not exaggerating. And then, and when it's trying to find focus, it's like in and out, and it's just hunting. And I know a lot of people talk about how audio will make or break your video, but I like to say focus will make or break your video too. If your video is not in focus, it's gonna suck. So that's what we got going on. The next test that I'm gonna do is this will be in a different video, but I'm gonna do stabilization. And I'm gonna pick this camera apart piece by piece and do small videos on each function. Because there's so much in this camera, and I'm super excited to have this camera, and it's just going to make all my other YouTube videos brainless. I'm not going to have to think about whether I'm in focus or not, or whether the sound's good, or this is just a camera that does it all. So when I do the stabilization, the only thing I'm going to add is this little Movo, and I'm going to put it over my face so it comes in focus. Let's see if that works. Yep. So this is a Movo handle. I've had this for a long time. If you go back to my Spark video where I turned the DJI Spark into a stabilized gimbal cam, this was part of it. But I'll put a link in the description to this Movo handle. It's probably my most favorite accessory that I've purchased on Amazon. Like, it's just great. All it is a handle, but it's got it's got like quarter 20s here, and it's got third screws here. It's got a cold shoe here. It's got a bubble level, and then it also has a quarter 20 here, down below, and then it's a cold shoe mount, so I can turn any cold shoe into a big handle. So if you want to get down low and you get shots like that, it works really well. Now I don't know what this video looks like now. It looks really good on the screen, but the sun is almost down. It's almost down, guys. I'll be anxious to see how good this low light is working. I tried to wear like a black shirt to see if we can get a bunch of noise going on happening or whatever. So yeah, so this has been the video, the low light tests and just Shawn rambling on the Canon Vixia GX10. Please like, subscribe to my channel, stay tuned for more videos about the Canon Vixia GX10. I'm also going to do some Paradenoffy videos this week. I've had a couple questions on my channel that I don't have the answers for, so we're going to do videos about them. And so you guys will find out when I do. Well, after I do, because then I'm going to edit the video and then I'm going to post it, and then you'll find out. But I'm either sweating or bugs are eating me up. But yeah, please like, subscribe to my channel, and have a wonderful day, guys. Peace out.